On grandstand, that's awesome. Now bring it here. So here we go. Noe Khlif to serve. Let's play pickleball. And a tee serve rocket to start with.
And to your point, the more opportunities he gets against these top players and to play on grandstand and now center court, he's going to start winning more and more of these matches and make a name for himself quickly in this sport.
Out, yes, sir.
Just deep on that return as well. So two big serves, 2 points for the Frenchman.
2-0.
Look at that footwork. Wow.
That was, he made, again, kind of like Ben Johns, he made that look easy. That's a difficult shot, and the placement of that ball
3-0
is perfect.
Man, got there, just couldn't quite drop it in the kitchen. Another cat and mouse expert on the far side, and Fed, he will happily
0-3.
bring you to the kitchen and make you look silly.
He absolutely will. And I'm not going to say his strokes are unorthodox, but sometimes it's difficult to read the ball off his paddle, I feel like, especially on the singles court.
3-0.
I feel like he makes contact so far behind his body. Usually, you know, in most paddle sports, you're making contact out in front, and he, for whatever reason, you can kind of see on the serve here, he almost hits it back in his stance at some point. And I find it difficult to judge the ball off his paddle.
And that is just Fed at his finest right there. He's in complete control, and it looks like Noe's feet are moving 1,000 miles an hour.
I wish they had, you know, we're tracking time on court. I wish we could track distance covered on court, because this could be one of those matches where Noe is covering 3 to 4 times as much court as Federico over the course of this match.
3-1.
I love how international our game's getting. This sounds like a World Cup final with France versus Argentina here.
It sure does, and we're going to see more and more of this. We're seeing more players outside of the U.S. coming into this sport and making a name for themselves.
And you can see how important the serve is in singles. 4 of the 5 points so far come from just missed returns.
Yeah, you have to do that in singles, and I think a lot of times playing singles, you actually want. Good shot for Federico. You actually want some missed serves, I think. After
it's in the budget.
It's in the budget, exactly. If you're just pushing the serve in, you're not going to win a lot of matches. I think a lot of times when you look at your stats after matches and games, you know, you want 1 or 2 missed serves a game just to show your opponent that, hey, I'm going to go after these serves. I'm not going to let you just hit a return and run to the net. Mental stability that he has is one of the, it might be the best part of his game, actually.
Noe tried to find the 2. You can tell the guys that hit it always and sometimes.
Exactly. That looked a little uncomfortable. As he starts to play more and more and figure out some of these better players, he'll learn. Oh my gosh.
Fed, just the movement and then just a clean pass there.
There's only a handful of players that can do this. He slides into that and just ropes it up the line. That's a thing of beauty.
Yeah, this sliding on hard courts is crazy.
And this is a good place to do it. Talking to the players, these courts are fast. I don't think there's a lot of sand in these courts, so we're going to probably see more sliding than usual. I was never a guy that could figure it out on a tennis court. I was always afraid my foot was going to grab and I was going to tumble over. But we see that now in tennis and pickleball. It doesn't matter if it's like a hard court, a clay court, a grass court. These guys can slide, and we'll be seeing a lot of that this week here in Bristol.
A little frustration from Noe there as he tried the drop shot. And the other thing with this very big center court is the pace of play is going to be a little slower than pickleball fans are used to, just because it's farther to go retrieve the ball. We don't have ball kids out here, Sam.
I'm waiting for the ball kid. 2025. We don't need that many. The court's not that big. Maybe one on each side. We test it out at an event here in the future, maybe. I'll get out there later today.
Let's go.
Right? I'm on air till 3. Maybe after that.
You and I will go run the net. Or I'll run and you walk with the Achilles situation.
Yeah, right. This probably isn't the best time for me to test out my ball boy skills.
Yeah, 6'6", that's a long way down to the ground, too.
7-4. Point.
And now when you've been passed a few times, you try and make that return just a little too good. That one goes deep. 8-4, he's got him doubled up. That's just pretty.
That's a great touch right there, off a good deep return. And like you said, when Federico's passing shots are so good, it puts so much pressure on you to hit a good deep return. And similar to missing a few serves, I think missing a few returns is also built into the budget, especially when you're playing a top player.
5-8. Side out.
And there we see the cat and mouse for Federico. As a fan watching, when you see both guys come to the net, you're just thinking to yourself, no, wait, don't do it.
Yeah,
Federico's just, you're not going to win this battle against a guy with this kind of touch and confidence up there.
Oh my goodness, Fed. So that's the danger. You're like, I know the backhand's weaker, but you have to almost paint the sideline, Sam, to find it. Yeah, and that's what I think is so fun. Like an ATP used to be a clean winner. Now people are trying to hit winners on the defense of those. Just that's one little evolution, and that's pretty right there from Noe.
And unfortunately for Noe, he's got to hit the line there.
I know.
That's the tough part. You know, he's got to, wow, it was a great shot, but can he hit the ball that close to the line over and over to take care of this?
I honestly don't think Noe could do anything better than what he just did, and he was Pinocchio to Fed's Geppetto right there.
He hit 6 or 7 pretty good dinks down off defensive positions, but Fed is just so in control, so confident up there. Looks like he can really do anything with the ball.
9-5.
Oh, off the tape.
Side
That
out.
does not go any farther.
Sometimes these guys are getting so good right there, you're almost surprised that
Yes,
Federico misses some of these shots.
Side out.
And look at, I mean, he's behind the IHG logo, which is not good news court position-wise.
No, and you know, the ball before that, he did get down cross court. I think as his game evolves, that's when he maybe could sneak into the net and be ready for the next shot. You get so few chances to get to a neutral position against these top players that when you get a ball down, you have to take that opportunity.
Side out.
It's a good rocket of a return from Noe Khlif. And again, the other answer to the question of how do I get more attention and more sponsors is you just need reps against the best players to figure out how you can get better. This is as good as it gets right here for Noe.
Side
Just
out.
wide off the tape.
I was out. Yes, sir.
No, there's no better formula to success and getting comfortable in these matches than just doing it over and over again. And the beauty to pickleball is these players can play over 20 tournaments a year. It's 20+ opportunities to play these top players, to win matches, to get yourself on center court.
And to go charging up to the net and get a rocket forehand ripped right past you within 2 inches of the line. That's how good Fed is. So we have a game point here for Staksrud. And that'll do it on a missed return. So what does that mean? That means big opportunity for the rest of the draw. Massive one. She's only lost once all year in singles.
I'm just as bummed as the first timers in Tennessee that were trying to watch her.
Side out.
Yeah, and that's going to shoot a little jolt of adrenaline into everybody in the draw, especially her half, because we talked about good draw or bad draw. Well, now your bad draw became a great draw, potentially.
Right, and as confident as some of the female players might say they are, I don't really think anyone believes they could beat Annalie Waters when she's playing her best. But all of a sudden, this draw just opened up, like you're saying, to, you know, 8 to 10 ladies that could possibly win this tournament.
Yeah, and we have Vanna Bright's playing singles, so she's jumped back into singles. Salome Davidze, who has the 1 win over Anna Lee, is in the singles draw. We're having an egg hunt over here to try and find the ball. Noe gets the chocolate bunny as the winner there. So that is going to be very interesting. Women start a little later, so if you're looking for them, we'll have them in the second half of our day more than early on. That's just really good from Noe, handling some blistering forehands.
And it's tough to use your hands and hit a field drop shot like that off a ball that's hit relatively firm, which we saw Federico do there. Khlif's making it look easy, but it's a difficult thing to do.
0-0. Side out.
And just can't quite
Side out. Yes, sir.
get on that front foot and drive that 2-handed backhand.
He's getting closer.
0-0.
The earlier ones missed by a foot. That one missed by a couple inches.
As did that, yeah. To go from a spray to a just miss, well, it's progress.
Right, and these dimensions, they're tight in pickleball.
Yes.
To get a ball by someone as good as Federico at the net, your margin is small. You're dealing with inches, not feet.
That is pretty from Noe Khlif. And again, we talk about confidence, and that can happen from match to match. I mean, to beat James Ignatowicz, that's huge. And then you look up and you're like,
1-0.
what? I got to play Fed? Okay. So to find your best back-to-back is not easy to do.
It's not. And my tennis coach, Craig Boynton, used to always tell me, in tennis,
2-0.
you could win a match ugly, and he would always say, you never know what's on the other side of an ugly win.
Yeah.
And just kind of going back to what you said, it's different match to match, day to day, on how you feel, how you play.
Yeah, because you might escape 11-9 in the third in a match you should have won, and then you just roll from there.
You'll see that with players. They escape a first-round match, then they win the tournament. I know in tennis a few times I saved match point first round, and then you win the tournament. It's almost like you're playing with house money after that.
Fed misses again there. Yeah, I mean, we've seen qualifiers win major tennis championships, and Colin Schick sort of got all of our qualifiers excited last year when he railed all the way through the qualies and made the final and lost to Ben Johns last year.
And I think we'll see more examples of that in the next 12 to 24 months. Maybe more on the men's side, just because so many of these young athletes coming from tennis particularly are going to come over and make a splash similar to how Noe Khlif's doing right now.
Another gorgeous drop shot using the front half of the court when Fed is so back. Why give him a chance to rip it past you?
And Noe Khlif, this is a tough draw. I think you put him anywhere else in the draw, not against the number 1 Ben Johns or sorry, excuse me, Federico or the 2-seed Ben Johns. Anywhere else, he's a guy that could pop it a semifinal at any given moment right now.
Yeah, the other thing you don't have on him is a lot of tape. So what does he like to do from this position? Where do I return against this guy? So he's got the freshness factor as well.
Exactly. A lot of these players are playing him for the first time.
0-2.
And that first game especially, you're feeling out. Does this guy have a better forehand pass, backhand pass? What's he do well?
Again, he is fedding Fed. I mean, just moving him all over the court. Only up 2-0 though, so it feels like we've talked a lot about Noe here for about 7 minutes, and you'd think it's 5 or 6. It's just 2.
And that's the frustrating thing about pickleball scoring. You got to play well, but you got to play well on the right points.
Fed says, get that the heck on out of here. Yeah, there's no 15-40 here, Sam.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah, Fed, when it's going well, will play at lightning pace, but as we heard from Ben Johns earlier, humidity, larger court, they're going to take their time. Wow, Khlif again with the dropper.
And you'd love to get into Fed's ear right now and know if he's worried at all at this point. This guy's hit some great shots, especially early on in the set here. Is there any panic? It doesn't look like it thus far, but Noe is hitting some unbelievable shots.
And he knows he has to make that ball bounce, so tried a little too much angle.
0-2.
And this is something I've seen Fed do a lot. So to answer your question about whether he Wolf over there, let's see if we can't get on the scoreboard. See how that works. It works pretty darn well.
It sure does. Like you said, if the score wasn't posted, it feels like Khlif is up 5 or 6 points right now instead of just the 1.
1-2.
Oh my, he's breaking ankles there. Noe's like, I've got that down the line covered. Well, uh-oh.
And we saw Fed miss that shot a couple times early on. He's obviously honed it in, measured it.
I mean, look where his court positioning is there to hit a clean winner, Sam. Wow.
The footwork and the body control there is excellent.
And another one back the other way, and Noe Khlif is befuddled.
And if I'm Noe Khlif, I call timeout right now. Fed called timeout, has played 3 perfect points. You want to stop. You're only playing games to 11.
Yeah.
You can't afford to let your opponent go on a 5 or 6 point run. That's halfway.
3-2.
Yeah, you can't put your timeouts in a money market account and get interest. That is nice, though. On the dead run, slaps it down. So Noe says, I'm my own timeout, Sam Querrey. So here we go.
You said it earlier that Mike Wolf coaching
2-3.
Fed. Mike was Jack Sock's longtime junior tennis coach and coached him a little bit into the pros. It's fun to see him make the switch over to pickleball. Probably the only coach to coach someone in the top 10 of tennis. Jack Sock got to 8 in the world. He wasn't necessarily coaching him at that time, but had a big influence in that, and now coaching the #1 singles player in the world in pickleball.
Wow, and so Noe's come right back with 2 gorgeous passing shots of his own. And he knows his back in front.
We're seeing some shot making for both these guys right now. Look at the curve on that. That was a great angle.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You have got to find the absolute corner or you get the runaround.
Yeah, and I mean, you see the movement of these players now to get around the backhand side. Jack Sock maybe does it as good as anyone. Yeah. You could say, hey, you got to find these backhands, but it's difficult to do.
Yeah, there's often a wanted poster out for the backhand. So,
right, these guys are athletes now. I know pickleball sometimes gets made fun of. A lot of people in their 60s are playing, but you come watch these pro events, especially in the singles. These guys are moving around the court, lightning fast. They've got strong legs, excellent balance. The movement's incredible, and they're fun to watch.
Yes. Yeah, singles has gotten better and better. There was a time where everybody's like, is this a doubles game? Not anymore.
If you're not putting in work off the court in pickleball right now, you can't be a competitive singles pickleball player.
No chance. Both the shot making, but more importantly, the endurance and the footwork and that speed. You got to have that explosive first step.
And you got to take care of your and you got to take care of your body, especially in these 1,000 events where you play, then maybe you might have 30 minutes off, then you play again, 30 minutes off. You might play 4 or 5 times a day, so you can't let your body cool down that much. You need to make sure you're kind of ready to go for, an 8-hour period throughout the afternoon.
Look at Noe get there. Oh, he tried to be tricky and go back behind Fed and couldn't do it. Yeah, and when Sam says a thousands event, what he means is there aren't 1,000 events, although this month it feels like it. We're playing every weekend. He means 1,000 points are available here in this one, and the format is all singles all day long. And it is. You have to be ready for the grind. What a return. This guy is sick with the mitts here. My goodness.
How good is he? I mean, if you're Federico right now, you get a ball down, just sprint to the net, because the touch from Noe Khlif is unbelievable.
I mean, Fed gave up, and he doesn't give up on charges to a ball.
In tennis, the French players always had good touch. That's obviously that's coming over to pickleball now.
Man. But again, the lead is but 1. Had a nice look at a forehand there, didn't make it, and Fed just isn't a guy that's going to panic here at all. Oh, Fed had a look at an ATP passing shot almost there. And as you saw in the graphic, not surprising it's their first meeting because Noe just hasn't been here very long.
4-3.
Right, it's Noe's first meeting with basically every player right now.
Point.
And gets the big serve there, so stretches the lead out to 2. Won a 3-game thriller against Ignatowicz in the first round today. Would you have rather played or jumped into this?
5-3.
I would have rather played,
Point.
I think. Yourself?
Yeah, I
Timeout,
totally
receiver,
agree. Just
6-3.
yeah, Jeannie, I've had the pleasure to work with getting better. She was part of the
Time
pickle
in.
and pucks thing too, but
6-3.
the problem is she's playing both. She almost beat 60 in the world in tennis last week, and there's Fed just doing Fed things.
Right.
Side
No,
out.
Jeannie's she's great. I mean, you're getting to know
Yeah.
her now. She's getting better in pickleball, and she's a pleasure to have around. She's got a great attitude. She brings a smile to every pickleball event, every tennis event she goes to, and we're going to see her start to get more big wins under her belt on the pickleball tour.
Fed gets there this time. And
Point.
did he make that?
I think he made that. I think Khlif gave
He
him the...
did get the flat hand. What an ATP after a 40-yard sprint to get yet another Noe Khlif drop shot.
And you see how far he reaches around with his right hand to be able to get on the outside of the ball to curve
4-6.
it back into the court.
Oh man,
Side out.
another two-y gone bad there.
Maybe he's a little tired from the last one.
That is real right
6-4.
there. Got to make
Side
that.
out.
Yeah, and you hinted on this earlier. This court is fast, so I think we're gonna see more quicker points, more 1-2 punches. And as a fan, I kind of like different court speeds from tournament to tournament. I think sometimes fast courts favor certain players, so it's nice to have slower courts that favor other players. And I think everyone's so good now, you should be able to
4-6.
adapt to different balls, different courts.
Wow, just a little too high on the two-handed backhand, and Noe has both the touch and the put-away power.
He did. Noe's showing some stuff here. He's got every shot in the book.
And obviously this match is up for grabs here, but just showing you belong, he has done
6-4.
that in a big way here today.
The win or lose, he's getting the attention of the other good singles players.
Yeah, that 31 by his name is going to go away, but you got to earn the points, and when you arrive, you got to start at 0, and that's the way the world works.
Exactly. But yeah, fast forward 12 months, this time next year, I'm going to guess we're going to see something in the top 20 from this guy.
Side out.
Great backhand volley there too, and Fed's a little frustrated.
Six, 4. Side out.
And you hear Fed just trying to get himself going, because I mean, this has been a long game. He has 4 points.
Yeah, and earlier I think he was down 2-0. I mentioned to you, does he feel a little stress? You said no. I feel like it's creeping into it a little bit. You see there
4-6.
in LA after a missed third, you don't get that too often. So
Wow,
he's hyping himself up and it's working.
that is a gorgeous inside out off a very good return, mind you.
That's frustrating if you're Noe Khlif. You did everything right. You hit a return about 6 inches from the line, and you get past with ease.
And you get just, can we back up the tape and just rewind what Sam just
I think
said?
I just watched the same point twice in a row, which was pretty funny, but the reaction from her and others was great. I think everyone liked it.
We were howling at the comedy of Sam Querrey. Sam, if you're not following, is a must follow on Instagram, folks.
7-6.
See the missed return from Khlif there. Not surprising after the back-to-back third ball inside-out winners from
Because it's
Federico.
cumulative, isn't it, Sam?
It sure is. Yeah, you've got no choice if you're him. You're saying, hey, the previous return, I put the ball 6 inches from the line. I got past. Then I put the ball 4 inches from the line, and I got past. Like, I got to basically put the ball on the line.
8-6.
Just got the line there. That was a flat hand given back from Fed there. Nice shot. So we saw him spray the two-way, then missed by a little bit, hits the line that time. But Noe's got to go now, serving with the deficit for the first time here in game 2.
I'll take that at this point in the in the game.
Seven, 8.
And ATP pushes it deep, and we've got snowmen in Tennessee here in game number 2.
I think he almost had too much time with that one. As you see here, he's always got a lot of time. He's very comfortable with that shot. And I think there was for a second there, he might have wanted to take it back cross court, decides to go up the line and pushes deep and got the snowman, like you said.
Ooh, now Fed tries the short dropper, and 3 quick ones in a row, and Khlif is back in front. This is like a great Kentucky Derby final down the stretch they come.
It sure is.
9-8.
Oh, just goes for a little too much.
It was the right shot.
Yes.
Just missed the execution by a few inches, but that was the right play from Noe Khlif.
So here we go, 8-9. Again, this feels like the levels, quarter or a semi. This is round of 32, Sam.
Right, it sure does. And
8-9.
you know, it's 9-8. There's been 17 points won, and a lot of those points have come off winners from both sides.
Oh, that drop shot just slides wide, and he had Fed completely off the court.
Right, he was over in Virginia there. He was. We didn't even see him on our screen hitting that low forehand angle pass.
9-9.
Awesome return.
Comeback, great return. We saw if you can get your opponent to, you know, a guy like Federico who wants to hit the forehand, if you can get him to hit a backhand, you've done your job, and he got him to pick one of off the toes there.
So can Noe be the first to 10 here?
9-9.
Wow, what an awkward volley. He had to adjust his body and still punched it perfectly.
That was difficult. He had the line covered. Noe actually didn't hit his spot on the pass and kind of handcuffed Federico, and he did a good job of making the adjustment.
Forces him to short hop a return again, or a third, so again tied at 9.
Khlif's doing a good job of increasing the pace on his return, not letting Federico get around the ball with his feet, not giving him the time.
Oh my. If Noe doesn't win this game, he is going to remember that shot right there, because he got a little gift on a tape that Fed couldn't put the ball where he wanted.
He sure did. A short forehand, middle of the court, 9-all. You just got to put it in play.
Yeah, make him make a
at
stab
bare minimum.
volley,
Yeah.
yes.
Sometimes to play right at a player is difficult in pickleball.
Oh no, and a unforced error on the backhand volley, and we are at match point for Staksrud.
Match point.
And Federico Staksrud is him. He survives a very, very good effort from Noe Khlif and takes it 11-5, 11-9. All these new guys are coming for you, man. You got that target as the #1 player in the world in singles. And how do you adjust to a player you'd never played Noe before in a tournament? He's had some good results. What was your mindset going into this one?
Yeah, I never played him, but I know that he's a great player. I've been watching him a lot. He plays for Miami Pickleball Club that I used to play there, and I've been following them too. And yeah, he's a stud. I mean, he has a great forehand, good serve, and he can run for days. So yeah, I had to be ready to keep grinding, and he had his chances. Then I came back, and I was able to close that second game.
Fed, Sam Quer here. Fun to call your match. You're the guy to beat in singles this year. You've had such a dominant year. Do you feel on the singles court you've got a little bit of a target on your back? Can you feel the guys kind of coming after you more than other years?
I don't feel anything different. You know, I'm not walking on the court and they're like, kind of like that. But yeah, I think it's exciting, to have that one seed and just it's kind of like a challenge, wake up and try to, do my best and try to make it to the finals. That's pretty much it. And when I was number 2 or 3, 4, whatever it was also exciting. So it's not really a huge change for me.
So Fed, in this match, Noe Khlif hitting a ton of drop volleys. Did you have to change anything you were doing to cover that? Because the hands and the mitts were impressive on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, he was dropping so well. Also, the court is playing fast, super fast. And I had to adjust that because it's not like the ball is not floating there a little bit. I have to kind of like rush into it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting points. It's not going to be the same points that we always see on the PPA Tour. This court is really fast. It's 3 times faster than any court for sure.